I'm not sure if this is working, guys, so I'm gonna try to stay on here for a little bit, see if this is gonna work. But this VPN internet deal is really frustrating here. I don't know. All right, we're getting a couple people on. Let me know if you guys can see this live stream all right, if it's cutting in and out, or if you're not able to see it. Let's try this. It doesn't seem to be working. I don't understand what's going on, guys. I don't know if you guys can hear me all right or not, but this does not seem to be working for me. Hey guys, CryptoClover here. Okay, so we got some action. At least some people can see me. So it's not showing up on mine, so what's going on, CryptoCash? I'm not sure why I'm having so many issues with this, but I'm trying to see if I can get online and do a little bit of a live stream here. But I've been battling. Okay, good. All right, so I got a few people. Mr. Rob Zam, what's going on? Indeshi Abashi. Okay, so I apologize for some of the IT issues, but I'm going to go ahead and just start doing a little bit of a market overview. Big story of the day was Bitcoin Cash really surging. It's up 53%. Part of that is, or most of that is from the activity that we saw with Coinbase, adding to Coinbase, and you saw the market cap of Bitcoin Cash, it just exploded, and consequently we saw Bitcoin really start to come down, and Bitcoin Cash really kind of surging, kind of in comparison with the two. What's going on, DM Profit? So that was kind of one of the big things I wanted to talk about. Is some of the coins that we saw that are coming up, and some of the coins that, I mean, it's been a real disparity between some of the coins that are going up and some of the coins that are coming down. IOTA, Dash, Bitcoin Gold, Monero, all of these are up pretty big today, and we've seen a lot of other coins that have come down substantially. So Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Quantum, Neo, Stellar, and also Bitconnect. So we saw most of these coins really come down quite a bit. Taking a look at the volume of trading, we've seen that we saw a peak, you know, roughly a couple of days ago, where we were still seeing Bitcoin trading at 55% of the market, and we've really seen it progressively kind of trend down, where now it's come down. I think the low was about 45%, and we're seeing Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, and a few other coins have really kind of been starting to take off in volume. Let's take a look at the currency volumes right now. But yeah, we're seeing Bitcoin at 40% of the volume. When was the last time we saw these kind of volumes? These volumes are down quite a bit, but in the last month, let's see if we can see. I should probably bring this in here a little bit differently. We saw a low, pretty much. This was back in mid-July, mid-June was when we saw Bitcoin trading at really below 45%. I think the low was right here about June 17th, and that was right before we saw quite a bit of the forks that had come online. So the Bitcoin Cash fork, the Bitcoin Gold fork, and some of the other ones that were planned. So you had SegWit 2.0 that didn't end up going through, and so you saw volumes really start to surge with Bitcoin in these different markets. And I think now that we're kind of past some of that, we're starting to see a little bit of a trend back in that direction, because really this was 85% back in March with Bitcoin dominance in terms of volume of trading, but the volumes really started to come down quite a bit, and we saw that really kind of surge and change into the alt currency market. So now that we saw it really bottom out, in June. So that was like basically about a 2.5 month trend where the volumes really got cut in half. And with the forks and some of the different activity with Bitcoin, we saw a lot of volumes trading in Bitcoin. We saw the percentage really start to come up, and now we're seeing it kind of go into the opposite direction. But the alt currency market, I mean, we can come down. I mean, we have 30 coins in the top, or 30 coins with $1 billion market cap. So we're seeing a lot more coins with some serious capital behind them. So that's an interesting trend to see. Looking at where we're seeing most of the volumes trading, Bitfinex, Bitcoin Cash trading pretty heavily. Bitcoin Cash trading predominantly in Bithumb, Bittrex. So we're seeing these top three exchanges trading Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash over $1 billion. Check in with the chat here. Where is the cutie from the previous video? She's sitting opposite me. What about support for BCC? I'm not sure what you mean by support for BCC. Is Bitconnect using our money to mine Bitcoin, and that's how I can keep it sustainable? Bitconnect's not using the money to mine Bitcoin. That's not something where they're getting into mining of Bitcoin. If anything, they'd be mining Bitconnect. Hey, Mike Potter, appreciate that. Yeah, good to have you online. Any word on Bitconnect exchanging Bitcoin Cash? They're going to be adding some coins, and that's kind of on their roadmap. You can take a look at their roadmap. They're going to be adding a few different coins to the platform, but that's not really going to be happening until a little bit later. But let's take a look at the roadmap. See if we can find. This is 2018. Yeah, 2018. So I would imagine, I don't know for sure, but I'm anticipating that we're going to see a number of different coins added in March when they update the volatility algorithm. So part of that is adding different currencies to the trading platform. I would imagine Bitcoin Cash would be one of them. I don't know, but there's been a lot of different rumors on the different coins. I think what we're going to see is probably several of these top coins on CoinMarketCap. Some of the larger altcoins in terms of market cap will probably be added to the platform. But really, it's kind of rumors for right now. So we're not. There hasn't really been anything definitive on which coins are going to be added. So I think that's going to be something that we'll probably get an update on closer to that time frame. Can you use Dentcoin while you are traveling and see how it works? I'm not familiar with Dentcoin. Let's take a look at that. Let's search for that. Dentcoin. It's a smaller market coin, 100 million market cap. But yeah, boom, it's had a lot of trading volume here in the last week. This is being traded. CoinRail, hit to BTC, KuCoin, Ether Delta. So pretty much CoinRail and hit to BTC. So that's an interesting one. But yeah, I mean, as far as for me traveling, I mean, I'm pretty much using Bitcoin to load my BitPay card, load my Coinbase card, and that's pretty much how I've been spending while I've been traveling. So Dentcoin is for data mobile. Okay. Yeah, I don't know much about it. Let's take a look at their website. Dent Wireless. We are disrupting the mobile operator industry by creating an open marketplace for buying and selling of mobile data. Interesting. Yeah, I'll have to take a look into that. Someone asked about the roadmap stopping in November, so I think that's a little bit of a misunderstanding. So this is the roadmap for 2018. So they're going to go into November and they're going to be putting out a new roadmap at that point. So they've hit every single one of their marks or every one of their goals for 2017. And I would imagine that trend's going to continue. They're one of the few coins that has been very good in terms of delivering on the different things that they're promising with their platform. So that's an important thing to kind of distinguish here. Clover, what are your thoughts about Charlie Lee donating all his Litecoin so he will not have a financial conflict? He can continue developing Litecoin? That's news to me. I didn't know that he was doing that with Litecoin. Let's take a look. Interesting. Charlie has sold all of his Litecoin. I wonder how much he had. Maybe it'll say how much he had here. I wonder if that had any effect on price. While it has become a vehicle for making money, Litecoin's original objective was to become the silver to Bitcoin's gold. It was also designed to be easier to mine, cheaper to transact than Bitcoin, in hopes these features would make it a cryptocurrency used for trading and real-world use in the future. I've been saying for quite a while that Litecoin is pretty much just a faster version of Bitcoin, and there's not a whole lot of innovation behind the platform. It really is just a lighter form of Bitcoin. And in terms of a lot of the other altcoins that we've seen here recently, that's that's not the biggest innovation, because we're seeing that with most of these other altcoins are very fast. I mean, Bitconnect's extremely fast, Ripple's fast. Some of these other coins are really fast in transacting, so it's losing its innovative edge. However, it has been a good store of value. It went up to 0.02 BTC here recently. Let's take a look at its price to Bitcoin. So yeah, 0.019. So it's come up a little bit, because it was at 0.016 not too long ago. I'm going to change this to Bitcoin price. Yeah, so 0.018, 0.019. Prices had come up in the last 7 days here. But I mean, for the most part, it's been holding fairly steady. I think this is where I had seen it a little bit earlier, where the prices had come down to about 0.015. And here recently, in the last couple of days, it's come up a little bit. I think Litecoin is better than Dash, as well as Dash is a bit slower than Litecoin. The thing about Dash is it's a privacy coin, and so it has a little bit more anonymity behind the coin. How much, I'm not really sure. That's probably not the best one to ask about that, but it is known as a privacy coin, and that's where it has a lot of value for people, that especially when you're starting to see different progressions with governments cracking down on things like that. Yeah, I'm not sure why I'm having so many issues with this stream. It doesn't really seem to be working as well. So I was having a lot of problems kind of getting on earlier. But let's take I'm going to take a look at a few more things here going on with the market, and then I'm probably going to get off the stream here. It's starting to get dark here. But I think the interesting one here was Tron. This was a coin that had come up quite a bit. Yeah, it had come up quite a bit here recently. It really surged. Let's look at the last 7 days. This is one that really just kind of came on my radar recently. But you can see that I mean the price, you saw it. It's basically about a cent in terms of USD, and it's come up to well, about 0.05. So it's kind of come up about fivefold. Part of that is just the volume in trading that we've been seeing. It's been traded on a number of different exchanges, so that's been kind of an interesting trend to see here. Binance, CoinNest, Liqui, hit BTC. So that's an interesting coin that I'm kind of looking to kind of get into a little bit more. Verge was another one that's been up 113% today. Verge was one I invested in a little bit earlier this year when we saw prices really kind of come up. Let's take a look at the last month. but volumes really came in around about a week ago. You know, we're seeing the prices about a cent. It's come up to about like 13 cents, so about 13-fold. So these are kind of cheap, kind of penny coins, but they have quite a bit of capital behind them. Almost $2 billion in market cap. Primarily traded in Binance and Bittrex. Hey Clover, you still up for that beer? Hell yeah! I don't know whereabouts you are, but if you can get at me when I'm doing some of my traveling, looks like I'm gonna be kind of more centered in Singapore right now, but I'll be traveling a little bit from time to time. Clover, did you have any opinions on the fees cost for the BCC card? So I talked about this a little bit. I think when I was originally looking at the BCC Pay card, let's take a look at that. There was a couple of fees that were. I go to the wrong site. Gosh, let's go code. There we go. I think these were some of the fees. Like it's, you know, you have, you had to purchase the card, and there were some initial upfront fees, and I think there was like an annual fee or something. And so that was, I think, a little bit of some of the things that I was looking at. Like I mean, for me personally, if you know, I'm looking to use this on a regular basis. You know, I mean, I'm already have 2 cards that have been working pretty well for me. But it might be something I'd be interested in getting into here in the future. But I mean, for right now, I know there's been some issues kind of getting in the States. I don't know as much about whether or not this is going to be a card that I'm going to use on a regular basis, but it's been talked about quite a bit. When will I receive my card? 15 to 20 days. So you can deposit either Bitcoin or Bitconnect. It can be used to fund the card. It's a prepaid debit card. Let's see if we can find a little bit more information. I looked into this a little bit more. Let's see if we can find some of the fees. What card limits and fees be? Let's see here. Yeah, this is, I think, what I was seeing right here. So there's a monthly service fee of $1. There's the issuance card for the fee, which was $17. Some of these other transactions. So if you're spending money, it looks like if you're spending under 80 euros, it's going to charge you 23 cents. Foreign currency conversion, so that's another one. So if I'm using this overseas, 3% fee on some of my purchases is quite a bit for if I'm using this on a pretty regular basis. So I think some of the fees, that was a little bit of the one of the turnoffs that I had with the card. Is I'm not sure if it was going to be the the best way for me to transact. It'd be another option, but some of those fees were a little bit too much for me. But I'm going to do a little bit more research on this and see if it's going to be something that might be worth it to use in a little bit. What's going on, Yellow Ducky? Appreciate that. I don't know what time it is over there. I think we might have. I might be hitting people in the middle of the night. Let's see what time it is in Seattle. $6 in the morning. It is early over there. What are your top 3 coins for 2018? Let's take a look at that. Looking, I mean, I would have to put Bitconnect up there in my top 3. But if we're not talking about Bitconnect or Bitcoin, for just looking at altcoins. I think I've got a lot of interest in Bitcoin Cash. I think that would probably be one of them. I think it's going to complement Bitcoin quite a bit. Dash, I think, is another coin that I like. I like the privacy coins, so Dash and Monero. Those would probably be my top three. Just looking at the top coins right here. I mean, IOTA and Cardano are very intriguing to me. I think though both of those coins are really interesting to get into, but I'm not the biggest Litecoin, Ethereum, or Ripple fan. I do have a little bit of Ripple. I bought at about a quarter. I was a little bit under a quarter, about 23, 24 cents. I think it was really just a month ago. We've seen it come up quite a bit, but Bitcoin Cash, it's really surging. I think that's one that is a good complement to Bitcoin. But yeah, those would be my top three at this point. I'm really interested in Bitcoin Gold. I'm thinking that might be another one that might see a little bit of a surge. It's kind of low right now. It's come up 35%, but we saw this at 300 bucks, a little while ago. And if it's going to rival some of the prices that we see with Bitcoin Cash, that might be an interesting one to get into. These different forks with Bitcoin, I think, are very interesting to get into. Quantum has been one that's performed really well lately. Neo is another one I'm holding, and I think that has a lot of potential. So those are some of my top coins. It's 1 a.m. in New Zealand, 8 a.m. Central, so we've got some people on the East Coast checking in early. It is dark here. I don't know how much you guys can see this. Just got dark here on the beach. Oh, sorry, my microphone is going off. But yeah, just so you guys can see a little bit here. Litecoin, EOS, and TPay, Token Pay Privacy Coin. Yeah, I like EOS. It's been performing pretty well for a long time. Let's take a look at EOS. Currently number 12. 12% rise here just recently. Has a really nice market distribution. You're seeing it traded pretty widely across different platforms. So BitThumb, Bitfinex, Binance, Huobi. So those four, all Asian exchanges. So that's an interesting trend to see. Well, top 8, all of these are Asian exchanges. I don't know much about ZB exchange. I'll take a look at that real quick. But this is one that, trading off Ethereum platform, we're going to see those volumes sustain themselves a little bit more in the Asian markets, it looks like. Let's take a look at ZB. H-Share, Bitcoin Cash, Inc, EOS. I don't know anything about this Inc coin. It's come up here just recently. Looks like it's just been added here basically about a month ago. Kind of staying low, but now it's come up quite a bit, but being traded in a lot of different exchanges that I'm not really into. So what exchange would you recommend for purchasing altcoins other than Coinbase? I've been pretty high on Binance Exchange lately. It's been doing pretty well in terms of it's been in the top 5. It was number 1 here just recently, but it's come back down, number 4. Binance Exchange is trading. It's been trading pretty heavily, and this one is an exchange that's really kind of just recently come onto the scene, but it's been doing quite a bit of volume in the trading with all these different coins. So I like it. I haven't been using it as much. I really just haven't been trading as much. So that and Bittrex. Bittrex has been the one that has been kind of my go-to for trading here, and basically the last 3 or 4 years I've been using Bittrex quite a bit, along with Poloniex. I got away from using Poloniex when it became outlawed in the state of Washington. It was one of the 5 states where you know, it wasn't allowed, and so they would basically block those IP addresses if they saw that you were trading from that area. Cryptopia, yeah. I mean, that one's got a lot of different coins on there. A lot of different coins. Zcash is boom. Let's take a look at Zcash. Up about 15%. Yeah. Boom, it's really come up here recently, just in the last few days. Its market cap has roughly doubled in the last week. It's being traded quite a bit in Asia. It's one of those privacy coins that I think is going to do pretty well over time. But yeah, top 20, just ahead of Bitconnect here. So about a $2 billion market cap. '18 will be the year of the privacy coins. Yeah, I would agree with that one. I think a lot of those coins are going to be you're going to start to see people move into. And the one that I was actually really interested in was Cloak Coin. See how much that has come up. I know it was performing really well before. I'm not seeing it here. Let's search for it. Down 15% today. Yeah, it's been pretty volatile. I like the technology behind Cloak Coin. I was watching a video on it, and it was actually a recommendation with some of the guys I was working with here with Bitconnect, and I think this is one that could do really well. But still, 77% of the volume in Bittrex, a few others in Litecoin and Cryptopia. So it's still kind of relatively new. It hasn't broken $100 million market cap, but I think this is one that may be poised for a breakout. It's already seen a little bit of that here recently, but it's been one where you'll see it really kind of come up and then come right back down. Let's take a look at the last month. Yeah, it's kind of been all over the place. But yeah, but I like that. I like that one. Yeah, it's a low coin amount. Any updates on the Millennium project you discussed recently? Yeah, I'm working on maybe getting some information on that. With my role here with Bitconnect, I'm not sure if that's going to be something I'm going to be able to talk about more in depth. I still am kind of looking to see kind of what the rules are going to be from that, because I know there's quite a few Bitconnect promoters that are promoting essentially like ICO coins or kind of newer projects. And they kind of want you to be exclusive to the Bitconnect platform. So that's something I kind of have to talk with them a little bit about and see if that's something that they'll let me kind of talk a little bit more in depth. Otherwise, I'm going to have to kind of work with those guys and just kind of be an advisor for them. and I think that's kind of more of the route that I'm going to be that I'm going to be going. But I'm going to be looking to um, invest in that coin quite a bit. I really like what's going on behind the scenes. I like what they're doing. So I know all the guys behind the scenes. I know some of the technology that they've been putting together. So I think that's one that I'm really looking to get behind. Clover, what is your role? Are you officially a promoter? So I wasn't a promoter for a long time. I'd kind of been in the Bitconnect circle. I was like basically the only guy in the top promoter Bitconnect circle that didn't have an official role. But now I was basically letting them know that I was very interested in having a top promoter role and building an office. And I want to build a very innovative high-tech office, and I wanted to do that outside of the U.S. I know that was going to be something that I didn't want to be in a country where I'd be at fear of having regulators come knocking on my door. And I think that Singapore is going to be a much better place for something like that. They're much more supportive of these different cryptocurrency innovations and whatnot. So I think that's going to be where I'm going to be going and what I'm going to be looking to do and develop. I want to kind of develop a platform where I can bring investors in and do a little bit more high level education and training, as well as advising for people that are looking to put large sums of money into platforms like Bitconnect or even Bitcoin for that matter. I met with several people when I was over in the States in California, several millionaires and whatnot that had never purchased Bitcoin, you didn't know much about the Bitconnect platform, and so I had to do a lot of kind of explaining with these guys and kind of answering a lot of different questions with getting in to cryptocurrencies and whatnot. So we'll see how that goes, and yeah, I'm looking forward to really doing some innovative things, and I'll be documenting that whole process for you guys and giving you guys a little bit of a peek inside what I'm doing, and would love to have people come out and visit the office. I think Clover is undercover. All right, guys. I think I'm going to take another question or two and then get off the stream. I think this didn't exactly go as I had planned. I mean, it took like 5 minutes or so for me to even know if the stream was working or not. It's just some different things I have to work with and work through here in Dubai. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Clover the crypto spy. PDX Bit Connection. What's going on? Portland. Crypto Investments Anonymous. Any U.S. event coming in 2018? There's so now that we essentially have two top promoters that are working out of the U.S. So Glenn and his Future Money team. Glenn's not going to be doing really any events, as far as I know, in the U.S. He's planning most of his events outside the U.S. It looks like he had the yacht party and the wine tasting and things around the Santa Clara event, and that was kind of something that he's been doing and promoting. But he's not really going to be doing any large-scale events in the U.S. from what I understand. Josh is the other U.S. national promoter, and just talking with him, I didn't hear of any plans that he had to really kind of do some events and things like that. I'm sure in 2018 there'll be a few events in the U.S. I don't know where those would be, but I would imagine they're going to put together some events for people. I'll be traveling to the U.S., so I'd be interested in doing something where, when I come back to the U.S., I can I don't know if I would be an event per se, but kind of just maybe more like a networking event where I'll say, hey, I'm going to be in this city this time, and we're going to set some things up. I kind of did that when I was in California, where some of the guys in my downline had set up a few different get-togethers, and I met with a bunch of different people there. So that would be a good time maybe to bring some people together and kind of talk about a number of different ideas. Yeah, Dubai is not the optimal place for the internet. It's they really they've got some different things that are going on here. They throttle internet connections and different things. I'm surprised it's even working right now. I tried this the last 2 days, and I couldn't even get a live stream working, and so that's why I was like basically just doing a video and just uploading it. So I wasn't even sure if it was going to work today, but after about 5 minutes, it seemed to be working a little bit better. I made my first referral and was surprised when my referral put in an additional 28K. I'm under you a Super B, and you should have gotten a 3% referral. Awesome. Yeah. So one of the things that as a promoter, I'm going to be looking to kind of increase people's network and see if there's some different things that I can do to bring in some more volume. That's going to be a little bit more of my role and things like that. And so as we get more and more people that are kind of adding to your network and building your team's volume, I'm going to be looking to do some different things where I can work and kind of use some of the development fund that I'm going to be having access to develop a lot of people on my team and to develop my team's network, whether that's through marketing or just some different ways to support people. I'm going to be looking at different ideas for people that are going to be working with me and my team. So with that, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. I appreciate you guys staying online. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.